Good afternoon, everybody. Yeah, good afternoon, everybody. Now coming back, I think something is dropped in this room. Somebody told like there is one hormone, dopamine. So I think that is dropped. So good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon. Yeah, good. So regarding myself, so I have around 30 years of experience in pharma line. So in various organizations, it started from Ranbaxy and then Sun Pharma, then Aurobindo Pharma, and right now in Cadila Pharma. So the topic which we are going to discuss today is role of quality in pharmaceutical industry. So before start of this presentation, I am having one question, no exercise, one simple question. So what is the most important in our life? Yeah, can I? Health, very good. Anybody else? Sorry? Peace of mind. Yeah. Any other person? Sorry? Life is, what is important in life? Sorry? Music. So I think the first question is right. There are so many important things in our life that again depends from person to person. But most of the people, if you ask, the most important thing is health. Because when you ask some people who say sick with this cancer and all for last so many years, so you ask him what is important. So for him only health is important. So if you ask him take this new vehicle, new car, new property, nothing is important. Even music is also not important. So for him health is important. If some patient, some person, he is suffering from severe constipation, you ask him what is important. So first point in the morning he want to relieve. So for that, for him that is the most important thing. So our health is the most important thing in our life. So just like other thing we maintain, if we buy a car we have to maintain. If we buy some property also we have to maintain. So similar for health also we have to maintain our health. So to maintain our health we need so many things. So there is one industry running behind that who is taking care of all those needs which are required to maintain our health. So that industry is called as a pharmaceutical industry. Do you agree? Yeah. So in this presentation we will be discussing about this pharmaceutical industry and the role of quality in pharmaceutical industry. So during this presentation these topics will be touched like introduction, something about overview, growth of pharma business, product life cycle of pharmaceutical products. We will touch the quality function, QMS, role of quality from past to present and future pharma manufacturing. We will also discuss about the major challenges of pharma and sustainability. These all topics are, I think already we have discussed so much on this. So we will be taking less time and already there is some drive that we have to complete within time only. So and finally the business impact of quality. So these things will be touching up. So overview about pharmaceutical company that already we have discussed a bit. The pharmaceutical industry has always been a cornerstone for human progress. So for human progress there are a lot of industries which are working. So but pharma industry, that is a cornerstone, Adhar Shila, which we call it as a Adhar Shila for a human progress. So what the pharma industry is delivering So its major role is to provide a safe, pure and effective drugs to the patients to improve their health. So along with the industry growing, so there are some technology also continuously improving. So based on that growth, to make up the pace of industry growth, so pharma industry also needs to be adopt the new and advanced technologies and to work on the building future ready pharma facilities. So this is shown as a like growth of pharmaceutical business. If you see, the major stakeholder of pharma business is North America, US, and the second one which we are concerned is Asia, which is contributing around 24% of the business, total pharma business. This is like the global growth trend of pharma. You see, every 5 to 6 years the revenue is doubled, the business is doubled every 5 to 6 years, and in the coming 2030 it will be more than 1.2 trillion. And this is again the growth trend of India. So India also, if you see, every 5 to 6 years in line with the global growth, it is improving, like it's doubled in 5 to 6 years. So in 2030 the expected business will be around 130 USD billion. This is something like product life cycle of pharmaceutical products. So for any business, what is required is demand and supply, that distribution is required. So you see here from API it is given to manufacturers, and manufacturers they are selling their product to distributors. From distributor it is going to pharmacy, and from pharmacy with the help of physicians they diagnose the disease and they give the medicine to the patients. And similarly it is reverse also, like both ways. From competitors this requirement is given to pharmacies, from pharmacies to distribution, and they give order to manufacturer, and finally to the API producers. Okay, this is how we discussed is what is the pharmaceutical business, what are the growth at a global level, what is the growth at India level, and what are the life cycle, product life cycle. So now the question is, and our topic is also on role of quality. So what is the role of quality? So let us discuss, because the role of the quality function is to deliver of pure, safe and effective pharmaceutical products to improve patient health. So when we say to deliver pure, safe and effective pharmaceutical product to patients, so it means the role of quality starts from design stage to delivery stage. So we cannot say the role of quality like in past times it was only for testing. Now the quality role is changing, so starting from design to delivery. So what are the major activities which quality people or quality department is doing? From designing stage, if you see, they are approving the designs through some protocols and some documents, and then if there is any changes in those processes or those procedures, so for that there is a procedure of change control management. So quality department is the final authority or final approval for those changes. The next one is complaints and investigations. So when our product is moving from design stage to delivery stage, there are lot of challenges, lot of possibilities of a complaint which we receive, and the quality system or quality department they acknowledge those complaints and they start working on that. So this whole management quality department is fully involved, not only involved, they are approvals of all those activities. So the next activity is proper testing and validation. So before supplying any product to market, so we need to ensure that the quality of those products is properly tested and those procedures or processes they are properly validated. So these activities they are taken care by quality department. Other one is product release to market. So it is basically responsibility of quality department to ensure that the product which is delivered to market is free from any issues, any deviations, any non-conformances, and it is of a right quality before release of the batch. Next one is periodic monitoring and quality reviews. So there is another tool, like even if there is no complaint, we have to monitor our processes, monitor our product quality, maybe on periodic basis, like some people they do it after every 6 months, some people they do it every year. So based on that, so we take care, we see the trends and all, and we take care of the product, and if there is any requirement of any changes, any improvements, so those are taken care. This is again a pictorial representation, I will go through it. So this is the role of quality through QMS which is taken care. Any non-conformance that is taken care by quality department. CAPA management, I think all people they know what is CAPA and all. So that is handled by quality. Document management, change management already we discussed. Audit management, training management, today we have I think 1 or 2 topics on human training or personal training also. Complaint management and risk management. So risk management already we discussed I think. So can anybody just summarize what is the risk management? If holistically we discuss about risk management, the basic objective of risk management is to perform an assessment and to identify any potential harm. So which has not happened may be happening in next some time. So it's not happened, it may happen. So that is the one evaluation based on your data, based on your events, based on your market complaints. So we foresee if there is any concern, so we identify those gaps, and then we take some CAPAs, corrective actions, we fill those gaps, and then we again deliver those products. So this is like role of quality evolution from past to present. So if you see in before 1990 what was happening, okay boss, there is some batch manufactured, you go for batch manufacturing records, test the batch, release the batch in market, and some of the companies they were keeping stability studies also. So this was all done for batches to supply in market. So that was the role of quality. So nowadays after that, so what happened, people started demanding process validation should be there to ensure that the quality of my product is good. So we need to ensure that my processes, my procedures, they are properly validated. So the tool by which, or the testing procedure by which we were testing, so we gone to one step ahead, those procedures should be validated, analytical method validation should be there. Similarly, to save our product from contaminations, because the major risk in our product is contamination in pharma products. So I am not talking about other industry. In pharma industry, the major and the biggest risk is contamination. So to avoid those contamination, the contamination may be coming from your area, from your equipments. So for that there should be some cleaning procedures which should be validated. So that is also came in picture. So another thing was like campaign manufacturing. So earlier people were making one batch, then taking other product, then again taking some different product. So then the concept came, okay, go for simultaneously take 5 batches, 10 batches, validate those procedures, so that the probability of contamination is very less. And again people started asking on annual product quality reviews, so that we should review our product annually at least once and see the trends and identify any gaps and take care of those gaps, plug those gaps. And after 2020, so there was focus was again one level up. So what happened? Now people started working on online reviews. Earlier our IPQA team was very small team, they were taking some samples and that's all. So now they are started on online reviews in IPQA, they are going from one equipment to another and taking the data, reviewing the data. Similarly, the testing is also done online reviews by Analytical Quality Assurance Department. The other thing was there was focus on quality by design. So people demanding on that your process should be designed in a good way, in a better way. Automation review by exception. So automation and review by exception also started. So when we say automation, so automation means earlier there were some manual equipments or manual procedures. So those were converted to automatic machines. So and the review by exception, anybody can tell like what is review by exception? Review by exception, that is again one latest term used. So like earlier what people were doing, they were reviewing some batch records, batch manufacturing record. So those batch manufacturing records, so they are say 500 pages. So they have to go through each page and then review each and every page. So now what happened, slowly trend came when there is a automation and digitalization. So now people they review by exception, means like say there is one requirement that your temperature should not go beyond 25 degrees centigrade. So now what happens, your equipment itself tells at from this time to this time it went 27 or 29 degrees centigrade. So what happens, there will be one report which will be telling all the exceptions. So you have to go by those reports only. You need not to spend time on like 500 pages review. So that also started. So other things are like focus on pharmaceutical quality systems and data integrity. Data integrity also like a very hot topic. So data integrity also they focused, and the review by self-inspection, that increased that self-inspection, and periodic risk assessment also started. So many companies they started like okay annually or maybe after 6 months we will be performing one risk assessment. So risk assessment maybe for some specific products, maybe for some specific processes. So that is also started. So review of calibrations, preventive maintenance and qualifications before start of batch. So like earlier we were doing like, now we think earlier we were doing nothing. Batch aaya, we tested and then we cleared. So now we started so many things. So if you see like our assurance part from 1990 or from this section to that section, that is increased. I have increased my assurance, but I have implemented so many things. And if you see from management point of view, we have increased the cost also, because everything is going in tablet cost only. So for this what we need to do is, so we cannot compromise with quality, so we have to find the way out for economic methods or how to make your product cost effective. So for that one of the things which already we are discussing, I think future pharma manufacturing. So now that is not a wish list now, it is a requirement nowadays. So we have to go for this future pharma manufacturing. So even if you say it is already started, I think some of the activities already started. So one part is digital transformation. So we have to move from manual to digital transformation. Similarly, continuous manufacturing, we have to work on the continuous manufacturing, and the other one is 3D printing. So we will be touching up these topics. So when we say digital transformation, so there comes like automation. So already we discussed what is automation. Automation is, earlier we were working on manual machines. Now we started on started on automation. So now those machines, they are automatic. So by implementing this automatic machines, or automation. So what happened? Your accuracy part is increased now. So second is digitization. So already I think so many IT people are there, so they may be knowing that what is digitization. So what happened? So this automation is reducing human intervention and increasing accuracy, and digitization is from changing your analog part to digital platform. So what will be the benefit of that digitization is, like now you can pick up those data and take to some other software, and then there you can analyze those data. So the next thing is AI and ML. AI, I think all people they discussed AI and ML. I don't want to spend more time on this. So AI, artificial intelligence, which is reducing like whatever decision human were taking, so those are simulated by machines. So that is AI. So ML is through machine learning. So ML is basically a subset of AI only. So that artificial intelligence through machine learning. I'll give you one simple example for our understanding only, it's not from pharma. So I was daily morning telling Alexa, play Arijit Singh songs. So daily morning it is playing Arijit Singh songs. So now whenever I say Alexa, play songs, so it starts with Arijit Singh. So what is actually ML? ML is machine learning. So in case of machine learning, what happens? Machine takes your data and self-interprets and self-code itself and then take their decisions. So based on that data interpretation, so it decides. So when daily we are asking, okay, play Arijit Singh, 1 day, 2 days, maybe next 10 days. So based on that data it gathered, so it took some decisions. Because from that login, if I am asking, so it is interpreting, he will ask this much only. Another thing, like you start Amazon, everybody is I think using Amazon. You see one day mobile phone, LG mobile, next day same, third day same, and fourth day onwards, that instrument, your mobile phone, that is, it will be giving your pop-up. Whenever you are opening, it is displaying LG mobile or this much TV, Samsung TV. So how it happened? It happened through machine learning. So how it learned from machine? Machine learning from our data and then interprets and then give its actions. So even the action point is like sometimes you are getting some SMS also or some other Facebook, Facebook messages or WhatsApp messages. Boss, you started this activity. So now that is not completed, you complete it. That is one action. So next thing is robotic. Robotic also these days it is happening in pharma industry, specifically in warehouses and in some packaging industries also. So robotics is used when there is a repetition of some activity. So you want some activity which is to be repeated and you don't want any human intervention there. So there you use this technologies. So the another thing is continuous manufacturing. 1 minute only. Okay, I'll move fast. So continuous manufacturing. So if you see in the pharma, so there we were like stopping after each stage. So we will be manufacturing stage 1, then we will stop, we will manufacturing stage 2, then we will stop. So slowly there will be 5-6 stoppages by the time your product is manufactured. So now what is the focus these days now? Use some technologies or use some ways to manufacture from step 1 to step 5 in a single shot. Because what will happen, already written there. So what will happen, it will reduce your processing time, because every time if you are stopping your process and then there will be testing also. So then again you have to wait for the testing results, then you have to go for next stage also similar issues. So if you produce in a single shot, so your testing will be reduced, your processing time will be reduced, if your cycle time is reduced, so earlier you were manufacturing say 50 batches, now you can manufacture 70 batches in the same duration of 1 month. So 3D printing. So 3D printing also a latest concept. So this is also called as a customized medicines, or this one customized medicine. So what is this customized medicine? Can anybody tell? So yeah, so like some of the critical illnesses, what happens, you have to be prescribed a specific medicine, so which is a tailor-made medicine. So what they will do, they will take your blood samples, your liver testing and all, and based on that they will fix the doses, they will fix the formulation. So that is called as a tailor-made or a customized medicine. So that concept is also now coming. So okay, what are the major challenges from development stage? So there are so many challenges. Your product is failing when you are taking into manufacturing area, and there are some contamination issues. For those also there are so many challenges. Market complaints are there. Compliance of changing regulatory requirements, like regulatory requirements are also changing day by day. So those are also challenges for pharma manufacturers. And the other bigger thing is data integrity. So this data integrity part is somewhat taken care by through this automation and digitalization. And then safe transportation. So when there are so many challenges, what we need to do is, because we cannot live with these challenges, we have to work on these challenges. So we need improvements in our processes, or we need new innovations, new technologies, so that if we implement those technologies, so will we get rid of this type of challenges. So if we say, so for the, what is the most important for a business? What is the most important for a business? We should be available to our end customer. Otherwise, if we are in advertisement only, there is no use at all. We should be available to customers, number one. Number two, we should be in a affordable range. ऐसा नहीं है we are there but a customer cannot buy us. Whether this is a patient or customer, so we should be in a affordable range. And the other one is, okay, so to be available within an affordable range, what we need to do is, we need to have a continuous improvements based on challenges whatever we receive, and periodic risk assessment. There also we will go for a process improvements and all, and innovations to provide for a better with respect to quality, cost and affordability by using new technologies. One more slide. Sustainability, this already we discussed. We need to reduce the waste. Waste like some paper and packaging, those things we need to work, and we need to reduce all those things. And second one is elimination. So we need to identify our process, re-evaluate our processes, and we need to see that if we are able to reduce or remove hazardous elements from our process. And we should use the recyclable or reusable energies also. Okay, so what is the business impact of quality? When the word quality department or quality comes, so all people they know that this is not a profitable department. This is a cost center only, and there is no revenue generated from quality department. However, there are significant impact on organization growth after implementing a robust quality system. So major impacts on business across various aspects are like already we discussed today, customer satisfaction is one of the major impact. Operational efficiencies, if you are implementing a good system, your operational efficiencies will be there, like reducing cycle times and reducing, improving quality. Regulatory compliance will be there, and the one more thing is organization reputation will be there. If your complaints are lesser and your patient is acknowledging that your product is very good, so you will enjoy a very good reputation. Trust building will be there between patient and products. So a good quality product will have large base coverage, and finally the financial impacts. For any business, what is the basic requirement is finance only. Other are supporting things. How to increase finance? Give better quality. How to increase finance? Give cheaper product. So for any business, the key requirement is finance to generate more and more revenue. I think that was the last slide. Thank you.